by rolling the shoulders. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Big circles with those shoulders. And we're going to change direction opposite way. Right up and slowly back down. Breathing the whole time as well. Deep inhale in through the nose, out through the mouth. Three, two, and one. I'm going to drop the head, roll it the whole way around. When you get to the front, bring it back the opposite way. So I'm moving the whole way through that neck. Getting those joints moving. So we're warming up the joints first, then we work into the muscles. Two. And one. Okay, hands on the hip, feet shoulder apart. You're going to circle the hips and you get to the front, change direction, bring it all the way back around. And move through those hips as much as possible. Again, keeping that breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Gonna go one more each direction. Okay, get that done. Bring your feet together. I'm gonna bend the knees slightly, keep your back straight, and then we're circling through the knees as well and coming back around. Again, I want to make sure that back's straight, so while doing this, we're not like that. Shoulders are together. And back. One more each direction. Okay, from there, out onto the toe. Again, we're going to circle it around and bring it back. Moving through that ankle. I always find when I do this, the first few of my ankles, like, what is going on here? It's almost like it's creaking the whole way around. And after a couple, it starts to loosen into it a bit. And then one more each direction. And then onto the opposite leg. Again, around and back. Nice big circle all the way around and back. Three, two, and one. Okay, I'm going to start with our lovely fun balance drill. So whatever your weak foot is, you're going to go back and you're going to put your, whatever your strong foot is, it's going to be behind and you're going to put your weak foot in front of it. So in a straight line, heel to toe. If you need to bring your arms out as balanced, you can. And what we're going to do is slowly look over your shoulder to the side. Come back to center. You're going to look over to the other side. Come back to center. You're going to look up. Back to center. And down. Back to center. You're going to go slightly off to an angle, so diagonally up. Back to center. Diagonally up to the opposite side. Back to center. As you can see, there's going to be some parts it's going to be harder. We're going to go down diagonally. And back to center. And down to the opposite side. And back to center. We're going to go 5 to one side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going diagonally up one side. 2, 3, 4, 5. And out to the opposite side up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then down to one side. Diagonally. 3, 4, 5. And out to the opposite side again. Down, diagonally down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Back in center, we're going to do one way the whole way. So we'll go one side across, other side across. One side up, or sorry, up and down. Up over diagonally, down, up over diagonally, bottom diagonal, bottom diagonal. Back center, once more the whole way around. Side, and to the opposite side. Up, down, out to one diagonal up, other diagonal up, down to the bottom diagonal, and opposite diagonal down, and up. Okay. So you can bring that back into normal stance. Let's bring the shoulders up, or sorry, the arms up to shoulder height, and we're just going to do little circles with them. And warm them up. Trying to move the whole way through that shoulder capsule, it's called. A nice movement. Make that shoulder move in those circles. And I'm going to bring the opposite way. Let's pop them up and down. And move through those shoulders. And we're going to hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, shake them out. We're going to come down into our box position, or also known as tabletop. So we want a direct line. Direct line from our knee to our hip and our shoulder to our wrist. You're going to start by bringing one hand up and around, and you're going to reach through as far as you can and come back up. So we're imagining here that we dropped the remote underneath the couch and you're reaching through as far as you can. Just out of reach here, going as far as you can and back up. Opening up our upper back here. having a staring match with Spud as I do this. Four, three, two, and one last one. We're going to bring it to the opposite side. So opposite hand comes up, reach through. Again, as far as you can. Go for another angle, try and get them out. Far through each time. Big stretch up, open the chest. And back. Four, three, two, and one. From there, we're going to plant the hands. And you're going to roll your shoulders back and roll them forward. So great one for getting a bit of movement back into the shoulder blades for all of us sitting at the desks all the time, sitting down. Big circles each side. Moving as much as you can. Four, three, two, and one. Okay, next one we're going to go into is Superman. So you're going to lift one leg forward, one leg, or one, and the opposite hand forward, or back, one foot back and forward, up. Pause for a second, come back, alternate, pause for a second. We want to make sure there's as little rotation as possible in our hips as we do this. So I want to keep nice square, keep our core really tight, stretch through, hold, swap over, stretch through, hold. We're reaching right through each time. Pause for a second. Opposite side, pause for a second. On your next one, we're going to hold it out for 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, opposite side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. We're just going to sit back onto the heels for a couple of seconds here, just give the wrist a little break. And pull those fingers forward to engage the back. Get a good stretch through your lats. Your big muscle in your back. Okay, we're going to bring it back up into that box position. From there, what we're going to do is you're going to lift one leg out to the side. Just lift the knee up as high as you can and slowly come back down. Again, we don't want to rotate. Just come up as much as you can. Come back down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, back. Working on that, activating those muscles on the outside of the hip. Again, just as high as you can without rotation is the main thing here. Exhale up, inhale lower. Three, two, one last one, up, and down. I'll swap to the opposite side now, so up. Again, you might find one here is easier than the other. I find it a lot easier to move through my left side. My right is weaker. But I was really struggling to lift up on that right side, the left is moving really easily. Again, we're trying not to rotate here. Keep your core nice and tight. Four, three, two, and one. And back down. Okay, last one in this position. You're going to extend out your back leg. So starting on the first leg you started on. So I started on my right. If you started on your left, start with that again. And we're going to push the heel up towards the ceiling. Exhale up, inhale lower. Little pulsing movement, push up and back down. On your next one, you're going to hold it there. I'm going to curl the heel in towards the bum and back out. Squeeze in slowly and extend back out. Eight, nine. Last one here, curl right in and slowly extend back out, bring it back to the mat. We're on to the opposite one now. Again, straight out, try not to rotate as much as possible. Keep that core tight and we're going to push our heel towards the ceiling. Squeezing that heel up towards the ceiling, using those glute muscles. Again, we're trying not to rotate as well, keeping that core engaged. Okay, you're going to hold it there. Squeeze the heel in towards bum and extend back out. Moving that hamstring, heel comes right in. Eight, nine, last one. Okay, we're just going to sit back onto the knees for a second. Stretch out those wrists a little bit, so pull the fingertips back. And pull them down. Back again. And once more down. I'm going to swap to the opposite side, pull them back. And bring it down. Pull them back once more. And down again. Okay. I'm going to bring ourselves over onto our back. Nice and slowly coming down. Back flat to the mat. What we're going to do is you're going to bring your elbows to your sides. Hands facing up, and you're going to slowly let them through 190-degree angle as well. We don't want our hands up here, 190-degree angle at your elbow, and you're going to let them fall out towards the mat as far as they go. And come back in. And again, just fall out as far as they go. They may not touch the mat. They may. You want to keep your shoulders back and down on the mat, so we're not popping up to get them down. Mine say I don't want to go the whole way to the mat. That's not unusual if they're not reaching the whole way. And we want them into our side. Let them fall. And you can hold, like, you can leave them falling for a bit and let gravity bring them a bit further. Inhale back up. We don't want to force here, we just want to see how far that goes naturally. Maybe 4 more here. And last one. I'm going to sit up for the next one, but you guys are going to stay lying down. So again, we want to keep our shoulders planted into the mat. We're going to bring our arms to shoulder height. So your arms should be shoulder height. Still a bend in your elbows at 90 degrees. We're going to bring our hands back and forward as much as you can. So with this, your arms are staying, the top of your arms are staying at that shoulder height. And the hands are coming forward and back. You might find one way is easier than the other. Do not force. We don't want to force them to the mat. We're just trying to move through it. Keeping your shoulders pinned to the mat. So you don't pop your shoulders up and then get further. So if I pop my shoulders forward, I can go way further here. But if I keep them flat down, there you go to here. So again, with this, don't be worried if you're not getting to the mat. I can go fully back here, but I'm actually very bad going forward here. So a lot of the time the rotation coming forward isn't as good. So you guys stay aligned, do that. I'm going to join this on the mat right now. Again, our shoulders, our arms stay shoulder height, bend in the elbow, 90 degree. Let it fall. Go really slowly through this. Let it fall. Let gravity pull it a little bit further. Again, don't force it. Great little movement to see the mobility in your rotator cuffs. No, mine isn't great coming forward. I can even feel it pulling a little bit on the right side, so I stop there. We don't want to force it, we don't want anything to hurt. Little stretch is fine, but once it becomes really a lot of tension, we want to stop. Hold it there. Maybe next time your body's going to let you go a little bit further. Or maybe it won't. Mine really don't like going this way. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, from there, we're going to extend out the legs. You're going to bring one knee up. Opposite hand comes to the outside knee and just bring it across as much as you can. Stop where you need to. You're going to bring the hand and knees on, the knee that's crossed to the floor, the mat. Keep your shoulder pinned to the ground and you're going to look over that shoulder towards those outstretched fingers. So we're stretching into our chest and our glutes. If you want to make that stretch more in the chest, more intense on the chest, bring your hands higher. If you're finding it too much, bring your hand lower. But we want to keep our shoulders into that mat, and whatever way is comfortable for you, keep it that way. Again, we're breathing the whole time. See as you're breathing, if your knee falls a little bit further towards the floor, if it doesn't, don't worry, that's okay too. Don't force anything. And inhale, as we exhale, bring it up and around and straighten it out. Our opposite knee is going to come up now. You're going to bring that hand across, pull it as close as you can to the floor, and then the hand that knee's on is going to outstretch, and we're going to look that direction, keeping the shoulder pinned to the mat. And again, if you want to make the stretch more on your chest, reach your hand higher. If you want it less, bring your hands closer to you. Either looking over those fingertips. And inhale, as we exhale, bring it around, back to flat. So you're going to bring one knee up, stack your ankle on that knee, and then lift up, reach through the legs, and pull in towards you. Another little glute stretch here. With this, if you want, you can rock from side to side. Bring it to different areas of stretch. You can stay static if you want. You might find yourself across the point where there's a little bit more tension. You can hold it there, where you feel a bit more tension in the stretch. Or you could keep just slowly moving through it. Three, two, one. Let's bring it down, feet to the mat. We're going to bring it to the opposite side now. Opposite leg comes up. Hold. Hands between the legs, pulling the leg in, and then just hold there for a second first. And we're just going to rock side to side again. And if you find that one spot's a bit more tension, you can hold it there, or you can just move through it each time. It's up to yourself what way you do it. Three, two, and one. Bring those feet back down. We're going to come over onto our knees. So we want 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. From there, we're going to squeeze the glute, push through, and come up tall. So we're holding there. We want to as well start to push that knee over the toe as much as we can, while keeping our core tight and our chest high. We don't want to be coming like that as we do it. So if you aren't able to balance, if you're finding it difficult, push the knee over the toe, just stay where it's comfortable and we can stay up tall. Opening up that hip flexor here. From there, if you can, up to yourself. Again, if you are doing this, be very careful. Try and grab the back foot. If that's causing you to lean forward, don't do it. If you're not comfortable doing it as well, don't do it. Bring a little quad stretch into this. Three, two, one. You're going to let it go and swap to the opposite side. So again, we're going to start squeezing that glute from behind, pushing forward, keeping ourselves up tall. Trying to push that knee over that toe. Keeping the upper body tall as well. Get comfortable in that position first. From there, if you feel comfortable doing so, grab that back foot slowly and bring it up. Only if you're comfortable to do so. If you're not, stay in the position you're at the moment and focus maybe on trying to get that toe or that knee a little bit further up the toe without leaning forward. And breathing through each one, seeing if you can get deeper stretch. If you can't, stay where you are. Three, two, one, slowly let it go. We're going to stand up and interlock fingers behind the back. Stick the chest forward, lifting the hands up as high as you can. Keep your head up as well. If you can, when you exhale, see if you can lift a little bit higher. If you can't, don't worry. From there, let's interlock fingers, pull forward, push those shoulder blades as far apart as possible. From there, let's lift the arms right up overhead, pushing up towards the ceiling. As high as we can. Leaning over to one side. Let's go back to center. And we'll go over to the opposite side. Back to center. Gonna let it go. And we're done, guys. Well done.